A few days ago you suggested that our rapid stove flex wrap material would not survive being wrapped more than 4 or 5 times with twigs inside it. So here's our rapid stove. Actually I'm using the minimalist version for this demonstration, very simply because with this one, if it is going to break, the weak points would actually be where the holes are actually cut in this. So let's have a look and see how it stands up to wrapping. This one has been fired a few times, so it's already had 3 or 4 wraps on it. But let's go ahead and do some more. Well, let's first of all unclip it, and we'll show it unraveled, and we'll wrap it back up. Take all of these out. Down here, give it a shake, and let's bring this up a little bit closer. You can see now, still, still got its springiness, still springy, and we'll actually hold this shape. There you go, spring back in place quite nicely. I don't know if you can actually see down there. Certainly not losing any of its corrugation as such. I'll put it back in here. And we're going to run it this way. Bundle it up. Got those 2 in. Nice tight bundle on there. Put the clip on. Oh, wrong way around. Although it doesn't really matter. It's just got the logo on the outside, so. And we'll put the clip on here. So both ends are now firmly wrapped up in there, and we're going to run this way up, which is different to how we normally run it. Normally, if I was using the minimalist, I'd have the single holes down the bottom, and then I'd have the double holes actually at the top, so it would be this way around, and push the 6 down a bit more into that general direction. But today I'm going to configure the rapid stove differently, and so I'm actually going to have more holes down at the base and the top ones here. The configuration we're going to see today is we're going to take this, and we're now going to place this around the outside of it like so. So what's going to happen now is that we're going to have a true burner. This is going to raise up a little bit, and we'll have air come in through the gap between the wall here. So hot air is going to come up, and then it's going to feed in through these slots here, and we're going to get a true little burn on the system. So let's set that up. Weighing almost 8 pounds, 7 pounds, 14, 15 ounces. So today we're going to do another quick demonstration. Yesterday I showed you the configuration number 5 on our chart of how we actually create a true T-lid type stove. I got out of picture yesterday when I was doing this, so I'm going to have to run over again and show you. But what we have is an inner minimalist Flax Wrap. That is, if you can see here down at the bottom, feeding here the feet, so the air comes in and goes up inside, then goes through the inlet holes on the minimalist, which we actually run upside down. I don't know if you can see in there, but that gives us our inlets, 2 slot inlets at the bottom, 1 slot in the top. Then we have our pot rest. This is the stove just as I picked it up this morning. Well, got a little spider in there, but that we actually run yesterday with the 10-pound load on it, which was an 8-pound iron skillet with 2 pounds of water, or a litre of water in there. So I'll take this apart for you now and show you a little bit of how this breaks up. Hopefully I'm going to stay in picture today. So we take the clips off, which we're using as our supporting clips. Yeah. And then our wrap bundle can come straight out. And this is what we're going to show you. And as I said, normally we'd run it in this orientation as a minimalist because we need less air coming in at the bottom and more coming out with the expanded gases, and then we can sit a pan flat on top. But when we run it in here, we're going to turn it upside down, and this is where our secondary air is going to flow. Primary air is going to come in through underneath the footer, which is over here on this, goes underneath. Primary air is going to go in through these slots and then up through the wood. Secondary air is going to move up the outside of the Flax Wrap and then get drawn in through the slots at the top, where it will complete the combustion and give us a nice clean burn. So we're going to set this up. We don't need to do anything with that. Put that to one side. We're going to use as is. We're going to wrap this up and just make sure that we have a wrap that's going to fit inside here. And then we're going to set it on fire. And I've got a clean Pathfinder flask here that I'm actually going to put on the stove, and we'll have a look and see how dirty that gets, just to make it a bit more challenging. If you can see in there, well, I've got ice. I'm going to pull the ice out just before the start and bring it down to 500 milliliters, which is marked on the inside, and that should get us starting at 0 degrees C, and we should be going up to 100 degrees C. So, but first, let's do a few more wraps just to prove that this can actually take it. And as I said yesterday, we're using the minimalist for 2 reasons here. First reason is simply that it's what we actually use in this configuration, and the second reason is that if any of the wraps are going to fail, it's going to be the minimalist, because where we actually cut into material here, see it here, that's actually going to be where any stress or any weak points form. I showed you yesterday before the burn. I'll show you again today. If you can see down there on the surface, we still have our corrugation good. It's cleaner on the outside. Obviously we've got ash on the inside. Spring is still there. In fact, I think I could flip it. Oh, there you go. Let's flip it in that orientation as well, and it'll hold. Oh, there you go. Still springy. So let's wrap this up. Got some more sticks. You know, this time I'm going to take it completely out. And show you it once again. So no real change in the surface, inside or out. The coloration we explained on Kickstarter. That's the tempering of the metal. It'll go as it goes through temperature cycles. It'll go from a gold right the way through to a blue and a purple. On the inside, we've obviously got some blackening here of the material, but otherwise staying pretty flexible. We can play with it, and let's roll it up again. All right, so here we go. One more time. Needless to say, we've done this lots and lots of times. I'm only just doing it here because we had somebody that, as I said earlier on, said that the wrap wouldn't take even 4 or 5 actual wrappings, which is not true. As I say, we've done it many more times. We actually haven't, in all that time, videoed more than one at a time. So I just want to show that it's going to hold up to multiple wrappings. What you want to do is you also want to try and, if you can, just makes it burn a little bit better, is have your sticks in different sizes being fairly evenly distributed throughout there. That will make it burn a little bit better. Let's say, get them in there. Sometimes find that if you give it a little bit of a wiggle, they'll form in a little bit better, and then you can easily, oops, now I'm on the wrong side. I'm going to push them down here, so they're this way around. But probably that's going to be the last time I'm going to do it. Now I'm just going to set it up in there. So roll this up. Let's push this in. Yeah, I'm not showing it. And we'll set it up for a burn. Just check that we're going to have a fit. Yes, we have a good fit. So let's set this up. Lock it in place. Top and bottom. And then we're going to take this and we're going to sit it in here. In fact, we're going to sit it on those feet on the inside. So that's going to just drop in like so. It sounds like my neighbour's starting up his mower, so it's a good job I'm coming to the end here. And then I'm going to put on the feet, the pot supports in here. 1/3 and 1/3, and we're ready to go. All right, so we'll set that up and get ready for a burn. You can still see we've got ice in there. We'll remove that and get down to 500 mils and set it going. So that went in on 8 minutes. Got a bit of a and here it comes. I'm going to get to a full rolling ball now at just coming up to 17 on the clock. So we got full rolling boil, 17. So that's taken us 9 minutes to go from 0 through for 500 milliliters, 0 to boiling. Just take a look inside here. You can see we've got still a really hot ember bed there.